What's going on, everybody? Jibba73 back with the Double E Show. It's Banished Wednesday with mods. So in this season, season 10 well, I probably had more than 10 seasons, but at some point I just started counting them, and I guesstimated instead of being diligent and thorough and all that. But anyways, this one is called Varyville, and I'm calling it Varyville because I'm using a ton of various mods. Now, Megamod 9 is in beta. People are testing it. I'm not getting a copy of it. I'd love to have a copy of it. If you're watching this and you have the power to get me a copy of Megamod 9, I would love to play it. That being said, I made up my own little various mods, mod bundle, and there's 75 of them. This is the map seed, this is the terrain type, this is the terrain size, climate, disasters, and starting conditions. These are the mods, and I'm going to read them aloud now. The EB terrain mod, the override new outfit, beautiful world, half aging, real calendar, the debug menu, so I can go in and put in things as needed, but I will use that sparingly. Colonial Charter Terrain Tools, Red Ketchup's Decorations Pack, Colonial Charter Transit, DS Roads, DS Tunnels, Campfire, Chopping Block, DS Trade Merchants, DS Townhouses, DS Fulbright School, DS Newbert Smith Shop, The Dairy Hut, EB Unified, Fly Fishing, Gathering, Goatee, Hunting, Inedible. I took a couple of inedibles, so I made inedible coffee, inedible flour, and inedible rye. That way it's not consumed, it can be used for its final product. And the ISBA. Kid decorations, deco wreaths, kid deco plants, kid deco crates, kid tiny V2. Let's see, I wrote really, really small. Kid abandoned places, kid bed and breakfast, kid colonial housing, kid colonial resources, kid coven, kid fairy tale, kid farmyard, kid fish and chips, not chips, kid forest outpost, kid old town ports and pirates, kid settlers, kid some boats, kid tiny builders, kid washing mod, kid workshop cover, kid workshop awning, kid block path, kid block bushes, kid deco, kid dung and hay, kid ground cover, kid happy square, kid playground, and kid old fence, mini buildings, money bag, Nordic hunting cabin, Nordic log cabin, Nordic sauna, Nordic tannery, red cottage, settlers deco, terrain farms, Chijerko mill, village shop, wood chapel, Plymouth plantation, large port, small windmill, stone tools, and lastly, to kind of make it a little bit easier to experience the playthrough, I'm using a mod called Less Food 50. That means it only requires 50% of the food it normally requires per citizen. Now I'm going to show you what the mod list looks like. Here it is, EB Terrain, override new outfits. There's going to be several, and by several I mean a lot, that are in red. And those red are actually just that they're using the toolbar. They are modifying some of the similar aspects of the toolbar, because I did come in and move stuff around and look at stuff, and it all seems to work. But these are all the mods that I have installed. Okay. And as you can see, there are a lot of red ones. Okay, now we are going to resume. Now that being said, I was going to use discrepancies tunnel mining or industry mining, because that added a bunch of stuff. It added great tracker bars that had all of this stuff unified in one single bar. But for some reason what it did was it made it so like if I come into housing and I wanted to click on housing, it would be off to the right. If I wanted to click on these and change the builders, it was offset and I couldn't click where I wanted to. It was really weird. It was doing something weird, and I assumed that meant that its compatibility was iffy with the other mods. And then whenever I would exit, it would crash. So let's take a look at the map here. The map is down here, not up here under my logo. And we have, in this area, we have a nice river coming through. We've got 3 big lakes. That's 2 together. The river comes through like this. Here's another lake here. And the river comes all the way down here into the map. Now, I went with the terrain style I went with so that I could utilize more mining, but also utilize the terrain tools. You'll see here the terraform tools for Colonial Charter allows you to raise and lower the shorelines. So let's say I come in here and I want to make this go straight across. So if this is level terrain here, right? Then this would be level terrain here. But this would be 1 lower. And this would be 1 lower. So let's unpause, and you see what it did? So you see how this is level? This was 1 lower, and this brings it down to the water line. Now I gotta come in here, right? And I'm gonna get rid of these, and I'm gonna show you something. I'm going to continue to do this. And coming out the other side. Because I want this to be straight across, right? And then I'm going to come in here. I'm going to do this one as well. And then this. And we will see how it looks. Now, okay, so you see how it gives it that little funky water thing there? So now if I come in here and I get rid of all of those, so you see how it does this sort of disappearing water? That's because there used to be land there. Now if I come back in here and I go like this, see how it brought it back up? And now the water doesn't look as funky. So then there, and there. And then run this across. Now the downside is, I don't think they'll be able to get this tree. So if I were to come in here to harvest trees, go like that. Not sure whether they'll be able to get them. Let's turn the speed up and we'll double check. But I just wanted to demonstrate the how that works. Yeah, I'm not sure they're going to get to that. They might. Yeah, they are. They are getting to that. Excellent. So, that's how that works. That's how that terrain mod works. And you have to be very careful. So generally what will happen is before I go to use that, I will save the game, and then I will use the tool, and then I will save the game again. So I'm going to set up a few things on the map here, and you'll see where I've terrained the tool out. Because I didn't use the canal systems. I could have added in Red Ketchup's canals. But instead, I just wanted to use the Colonial Charter terrain tools. And, yeah. So, I'll be back in a moment. All right, so I've tinkered around a little bit, and it wanted to play with it, and it did. Um, so yeah, the water looks a little weird. That might recover itself after, because it shows travel of the river and everything like that. That might recover itself after a save or two. And then, of course, using the flattened land train so we can get some buildings on more square ground. And the same thing over here. I tried to take out this little peninsula so kind of more open the river to the lake. But, it is what it is. We're going to go ahead and pause because we're using resources and we're not building homes. So here's a medium storage building. 75% full. We've got pretty good resources here. I think what I would like to do first is find myself a nice little gatherer spot. Let's see. Gatherer's hut should just be the standard gatherer's hut. It should be. And in fact, let's go into the mod collection bars. We'll go into EB. We'll go under food, and we'll see what they have. They have water well, oil press, windmill, bakery, village food production toolbar. Here's a village gatherer's hut. Let's take a look at it. Oh, just a couple of variances in color. DS, no, I know it's in the DS stuff, but I believe this, yeah, that's townhouses. That's the shop, town services. That's the school. It's trade merchants. This should be roads. Whoops. Come on. Roads and road removal. And then decoration stuff right on. Okay, we'll go into the colonial charter toolbar. That should just be straight up roads. It is. And then we'll go into the kid toolbar. We'll go into food. And we've got a tiny fisherman. And then we've got themed mods. Colonial houses and service buildings. Okay. Colonial production and storage buildings. Right on. Buildings for banished pioneers. Okay. Resource production and gathering. Service. Okay, let's go in here. Houses for settlers. Storage and trader. Service buildings for your settlers. No. Resource production. Okay. Gatherer. Oh, very nice. Here we go. This is what I'm talking about. So we got a couple of styles of the gather. I like this one here. And what's the circle? Circle's just a skosh smaller than the standard circle. Excellent. So if I get it off the sides of the mountain there and I bring it down a couple of notches, I can slate it to be put right there. And then we want a forester out here, so that would be a nut grove. I don't want to do that. Herbalist, hunter, animal shed, fisherman, pasture, small patch for growing flax, herbs, and berries. A flax patch? Oh, very cool. A berry patch? Nice. It's not just a little garden. That's sweet. Deco, build a garden path, right on. Hedge set and hedge set. Very good. Okay. Let's see. I would like forest outpost stuff. So, oh, that's an even smaller gatherer's building. But let's get the forester in over here. So I placed him here. That's where my gatherer's hut is. So I'm going to go like so. Right. And right there you go. So there's my gatherer, my forester. I put in a lamppost out here as well if I wanted to, but let's see. The hunter. Yeah, I suppose I can get the hunter in here as well. So there's that. Hunter's gonna go there. Okay, so gatherer, forester, hunter. Right on. And all their circles overlap. Very good. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to put in a standard stockpile. How deep is that stockpile? Okay, it goes from there. So I'm going to do a gap of 1. Alright, and a stockpile of 4. So we know we need that. And then I want to come in here to these circles. And I want to gather out the stone. Right on. And I would like to gather out the iron ore if possible. Right on. Okay, let's let them get on that stuff there, and then let's look at some housing while we're here. So we've got the goatee, wooden house, stone house. Those are standard. Nordic log cabins, red cottages, and the east bars. If I go, these are Nordic log cabins. Yeah. Okay. If I go log cabin, like this, very nice. So these are from Tom Sawyer's The North mod. By the way, okay, yeah, just stone and wood. Very good. I can get, I want to come 1 off, 2 off, there we go. I can get 1 log cabin there, storage shed, and a storehouse. Very nice. F, 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 F. I think I want that one. So we're going to go, yeah, 1, 2, like so. And I think we're going to go like this. It'll be there. Okay, there. So 1, 2. Like that. There we go. So that'll get us to 4 houses. I believe that's all I need to start out here. These buildings went up super fast. Excellent. So stockpile's done. Gatherers. How many can we put in? We can put in 3. So we are going to. 1, 2, and 3. So we will have 3 gatherers. And we will have 2 foresters. Yep, that's all I was going to put in, and that's how many I can have. And we will put in, I think just 1 hunter for now. I'm going to leave that up there, though. Right on. Okay, now they're going to come over here, and they're going to start building these. So I would like to put in a well. Let's come in here to kid stuff, and we'll go decorative. And what's this last one? Bushes. Okay, that's more decorative stuff. Excellent. Happy squares. Very good. Okay, let's come into town stuff. And we can put in a well that will attract nomads. And that was a long pause. Okay, so put it right. Oh, wait a minute. It's got variations. Wow, that's... looks real smooth in the recording, folks, but let me tell you, it's jittery as crazy in the recording. Okay. F, F, F. I think I like this roof here. That's the one we're going to go with. So, I'm not certain why it's acting choppy. Reserve of logs is low. That is correct. So if I come in here and I tell them, take down these trees like so, and these trees like so, we should get the logs. Let's look at the houses being built. Tom does some really nice transitions as far as the stages of build go. Very nice. So this is the beginning of Varyville. The object here is to try to use all the different mods and their components, a lot of it being decoration, to really get this set up and going. Now we've got the DS roads that we've used before, and again that we have roads or other. That's Plymouth Plantation alone, right? Yep. Okay. And then we've got decorative stuff in there. Yep. Okay. So if I come into, let's see, EB's got roads. EB's got wood roads and dirt roads. And we could probably start out with, that's a red dirt. Let's just see what this looks like. Firewood is low. That is correct. We're gonna need a chopper before we get out of here. So if I come into refined resources, do we have an EB? Village woodcutter. It looks pretty much like a standard woodcutter, really. Let's go Colonial Charter Toolbar. No. But there's all the Colonial Charter roads. Okay. Town services. Fulbright Smith School is not what I'm looking for. Thompson's Trade Merchants. Resource production and mining. Just the Newbert Smith Shop. Okay, never mind there. We'll come over here. We will go in here. Tiny chopper. We can do that. Let's come in here. Colonial houses and buildings. Clothes store, hardware, Pilgrim's Rest, windmill, bakery, sugar refinery. I don't see anything in there. Buildings for banished pioneers. Resource production. No. Services. No. And houses. Okay. And if I come in here, the standard woodcutter, pretty big. Okay. So I think we'll use the EB. Where was it? Where was it? Town services? No. I know I had it for a split second. EB themed stuff. Modular forest buildings toolbar. Modular woodcutter yard. Okay. This will work just fine. It can be placed right against the back of the house. It can be placed right against the storage barn. Right there it goes. So that'll get the woodcutter. And then that's herbalist, hunter, gatherer, forester house, forester shed. Oh, that's right. Okay, so you would take this building, right, and you'd put it down, right, and then you would take the hunter, and this would attach to the side of it, like so. See how it can would be the same width as the house. Yeah, I got it. I understand what it's doing. But right now, I need a blacksmith. Tiny supply buildings. Tiny lumberer, glass, brick, furnace, clay pit. No, okay. Just come in here, here. Okay. This is the smith shop. Okay, so we are going to come this way and flip it. Go one off and back, right there. That will be a smith shop, right? Build a smithy. Build a tailor. Right on. Needs iron. I have iron. Good. Okay. Unpausing. And yeah. So that'll pretty much do it for what we got going on this week. If you like what you're watching, hit that like and subscribe button down below. Tell your family. Tell your friends. If you have any suggestions, tips, tricks, anything like that, put them in the comments down below, as I will read them. And with that, I will catch you next Wednesday for another episode of Banished with mods. Peace.
Thanks for watching. If you want to see more, check out the playlist above, or watch what YouTube tells you to on the right. Oh yeah, and subscribe.